What up, my peeps? It's your girl, KC Sunshine. Let's chop it up sisterhood style about navigating your 50s with flavor and flair. This is your quintessential guide to slaying your 50s like a queen. Welcome to 50ish and Fab, the Hot Flash Report.
I don't care what they say, it's between me and you, and it's true.
Welcome to another episode of my favorite podcast, 50ish and Fab. It's a beautiful day in downtown Brooklyn, but it's a sad day in America. I mean, a sad day. I usually like to start my show out on something positive, but that's just where I'm feeling today. Today's show is about, y'all know I love love, right? I'm in love with all things love and me and loving the love, but I'm just not feeling the love in America right now. But we're going to still talk about my favorite subject, which is love. My friends would tell you that I stay in love. Love might not be nowhere in your neighborhood, but it will come around the corner and jump on me, even if it's wrong. They say I'm crazy, the way you got me open, baby. Ooh. They say I'm bugging, the way I'm type sweating your loving. Ooh. They all sit and wonder why this feeling I cannot hide. It ain't a question of pride. It's love, my favorite thing. So let me thank y'all for letting me get that song off my chest. I'm telling you, if you like, subscribe, y'all won't have to hear me sing no more, because then I can actually pay for some real. I don't even know if I can say her name. I don't got enough money to even say her name. But thank you, Jill Scott, because when she wrote that song, she was thinking all about me. She was channeling all her inner KC Sunshine, because I am crazy about love, and I have loved wrong. I have always loved with the right intent, but it didn't always turn out the way my intentions were. So today I want to talk about dating after 50. And this is the topic that's near and dear to my heart. I could have a whole show on all the men I done ran through. Just online dating. It's like a whole slew of them, but I don't want to get off on that. I'm going to talk about that. That's the topic for today. Right now, I want to lead with my tell the truth and shame the devil, and I'm not even going to put myself out there because y'all know I put myself on blast. I just want to ask a question. Is there a certain age where your underwear stops matching? When I was in my 20s and 30s, I could have sets. You know what I mean? I don't know when the bottom and the top stopped matching where I couldn't buy them together no more. There was a point where I don't know. I was never, y'all know I was a big girl. I was 400 pounds. So it wasn't like I was, buying no Victoria's Secret. Whatever I was buying, it was utilitarian underwear. So it ain't like I was, shopping in Vicky's or nothing like that. But when I, lost the weight and I could shop in these places, it was important to me that they match. Now, the older I have gotten, I'm going to out myself. They don't always match. My thing is, your mama said that if you had an accident, you need to have on clean underwear. She didn't say it had to match. So if I have a pink bra and a black pair of drawers, forgive me. Forgive me, Mr. Ambulance Worker. Don't tell nobody, but I do love the finer underwear in life right now. At this stage, if she gonna match, it's gonna be La Perla. It's probably not gonna be Vicky's no more, okay? Because that's a special occasion underwear. That's the underwear that's not designed to stay on for long. That's underwear with a purpose. You understand? If I'm gonna spend $300 for just the top, it's gonna be for purpose. So I have graduated, but I have to be honest in saying that, date nights and, if I think I might, but just to be going to work on West 34th 5th Street. Okay, I'm sorry. I have outed myself, and I admire all the women in their 50s who is rocking their matching bras and panties every day. Girl, get it. I'm just saying that that's not me every day. I aspire. I really do. Maybe at 56, all my drawers will match again. But as of today, I outed myself. I'm sorry. I'm not always a matcher. But I'm always clean. So if the accident go down, my mama gonna be proud. And And that is today's Tell the Truth and Shame the Devil. I outed myself on the pubic hair, and I ain't got no good draws. So I'm going too far with this show. It's too much. Okay, so anyway, dating after 50. Look, I could spend all day talking about this subject because I shared my experience with Lando and how I was dating him for a while. I've had these long-term relationships. But I have been swimming in the dating pool, and yes, there is pee in it. I want to give some constructive ways of how we approach dating as older people, because the stuff that we used to get caught up in when we was younger, we just not really subject to that necessarily anymore. So the first thing I want to talk about is the dating landscape for mature people. We are no longer sitting on bar stools waiting for him to buy a drink, waiting for her to buy a drink, okay? First of all, most of us ain't drinking no more because I know champagne give me gas. I can't sip Prosecco and, sit on the stool and perch like I got gastrointestinal things that don't necessarily allow me to do what I did in my 20s and 30s, right? Even back then, the ice cream parlor. Now I'm lactose intolerant, can't even go to the ice cream parlor. So you have to be more constructive. Now, I have heard people say church is a good place to meet people. I ain't never had no luck in church because for every potential man, it's like 87 single women in church, and they all making macaroni and cheese and fried chicken and casseroles and stuff. So, I mean, if you go to church and you think that there's some prospects, then I encourage that. I love me some Jesus, so I encourage you that church is your thing. That might be a place. First off, before I even get to the church, let God guide, okay? When it comes to love, I have had to resign myself to saying, you know what, Lord, I'm going to have to trust you with the matters of my heart. I never have done that. And I'm going to get to where I'm at with it later. And it's, whoa. I'm going to tell you, but let me stay focused. Right now, I want to talk about dating after 50. The first thing I want to talk about, you have to be open to trying something new. And at the top of the list are dating apps. I know a lot of us, can be a little technologically. Now, many of us are technologically savvy, right? Like we run in circles around our grandkids and Generation Z, Y, X, and all of them, right? That's not me. I'm usually calling one of them to tell me how to do something, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Dating apps are a very good way to meet people. There are some dating apps that I don't recommend. They just straight, if you want to get scammed. I ain't heard nobody ever have no good luck. Maybe some people did. I've seen people on the commercial say they had good luck, but I ain't meet nothing but scrubs. Plenty of fish. Baby, it ain't nothing but guppies in there. It ain't nothing but guppies in there. Okay, so now let me give you a dating story, right? This is a dating story from Plenty of Fish, which is why I say if you're going to date, get a real app. Pay the $2.99 a month or something, but do not. Plenty of Fish is at the bottom. I had several bad dates from Plenty of Fish, but one in particular that stands out was this young gentleman who showed up with a Macy's bag. I thought, oh, well, maybe he's just coming from shopping. And, we had spoken on the phone. He was from Cote d'Ivoire. He was from the Ivory Coast. He brought this gift out of the bag, and I thought, well, wow, isn't this special for a first date? And it was a Macy's gift set of Oscar de la Renta's Bella Blanca fragrance, which I say smells amazing, right? So I was like, oh. Well, it was a little strange that he pulled out this fancy gift set at a coffee shop. I mean, it was like having on a tuxedo at Starbucks. It just didn't match. So I was like, okay. He presented me with this gift, and I thought, well, that's very nice of him. So we're sitting there. We've only had a couple phone calls. If I meet you for coffee, I'm only semi-interested, right? If I go out with you for a whole meal, which is another story because men think we be just going out to eat. Fool, we ain't trying to just eat. We ain't got time for that. We can feed ourselves. Let's be clear. Okay, so anyway, sitting there talking to Mr. Cote d'Ivoire, and he starts to share with me that he would like to stay in America. He proposed to me with the gift set and offered me $10,000. Oh, well, let's see. I got to be married to him for 2010 divided by 5. No, boo. I'm going to hold on to this Bella Blanca. But come back with a couple more zeros, okay? What man, what woman, what pigeon, what duck would even think I would marry them and be stuck with them for 5 years for $10,000. Now, it was Naomi Campbell who said, I don't even get out of bed for less than $100,000 a day, right? I'm not even thinking about marrying you for less than 7 figures if I got to be stuck with you for 5 years. Are you kidding me? So anyway, that's the kind, if you're interested in helping someone with citizenship, if you're interested in being lied to, cheated on, maybe Plenty of Fish is your thing. I don't know. Maybe somebody write in and let us know if y'all had some good experiences, because I never did. I'll get more specific into the types of apps that work, but one of the things I want to talk about is how our attitudes change as we have gotten older. At this particular place in my life, I am amenable to a relationship, but I ain't jonesing. I appreciate all the relationships in my life for what they are, but at this point, I'd be happy to have just a companion that we can just sit in the rocking chairs. We can travel. And when the whole time in my 20s and 30s was about marriage, 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 marriage. But if he gonna be good to me, I'm open to some less than traditional things when it comes to how I relate to a love relationship. Ultimately, yes, marriage is in my future, but how I approach to meeting that person has had to change because the venues of where you meet these people have had to change. So what your approach is with somebody in the club or meeting somebody at Home Depot, which I've also heard is I ain't never had no luck in Home Depot. My producer just ran. Oh, let me find out. You had luck in Home Depot. Tell a story. Just give us a shot.
No.
Okay.
I'm a married man now. I'm not telling that story.
Okay. Leave those things in the past. I'm just saying, well, big up to Home Depot because that's better than Plenty of Fish. Okay, so that's a little bit about the attitudes. I want to address the stigma and the misconceptions about dating after 50. You can still get what you want. You can still have what you want. You can still call it out. You can still manifest it. And I promise you, I think that at this age, we have even a greater power because we have a greater self-confidence than we had in our 30s and 40s. And at this stage, I'm just willing to fall back and wait. I ain't got nothing but time, which seems almost antithetical to the thinking of someone who's older. You would think you don't have time, but I ain't got nothing but time. I have wasted enough years on mud ducks, bed bugs, booger juggers, ninjas, all kind of foolishness. I have wasted decades. So I can wait another 6 months, yeah, what? And I can wait because I'm enjoying the wait. I'm not waiting without purpose. I'm getting my grind on in the wait. I'm not sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Nope. I'm on my grind. So yeah, there was a time where I would pine for love, but that's not where I'm at. So shifting traditional thinking and being open to love in a new way, I think that is one of the beauties of being older because you can let a lot of the old insecurities and the old mindsets and the old stinking thinking go. Because then I got to be honest with myself. I done carried some bad shit for a long time. And I just had to let it go. So knowing that I've had to do that has made me a better all around person. Now, I want to talk about the challenges and the benefits of dating after 50. One of the challenges is balancing emotional baggage. One thing that I always look for in new relationships is when he's talking to me, is he really talking to me? Because sometimes he's having a conversation with his ex-wife with you. No, I ain't got nothing to do with that, right? So he got some residue left over that he should have spoken to her that don't belong to me. So balancing your emotional baggage, I encourage you that if you're just getting out of something, take the time to heal and really be able to go into a new relationship with something wholesome because we are like radio antennas. Whatever station you tune to, that's what you attract. So if you can keep your radio antenna tuned to something positive, that's what you manifest. I'm keeping my channels on love and positivity and grace and faith and joy and happiness and emotional well-being and wholeness and wellness. And I'm trying to be tuned to all those channels because that's what I'm trying to bring into my life. I can't imagine being tuned to anything else. I've been on some bad stations. I've been on some W depressed. I lived on W depression a long time, then wonder why I'd meet men who depressed too, right? You also have to manage your expectations. I see this a lot, especially in men who are on these dating sites and you look like Humpty Dumpty, but you thinking Tyra Banks scared to click on, she's probably not. She's probably checking for your son. So you have to manage your expectations. Now, that does not mean you have to settle. right? But you have to be realistic about what it is that you attract and what you find attractive. I have no problems with age differences and that kind of thing. And I'm not a hater. You know, I've spent some cougar days of my own and I'm fine with that. But you also have to be reasonable about what it is that you are attracting and your expectations. Some of the benefits are now that we grown, we swole, we got greater confidence. I know what I want and I have the freedom to date on my own terms. Those are certainly benefits and things that should bring you greater confidence in moving forward and moving into the dating scenes. Okay, quickly, I want to talk about a few apps. Some of these I have tried and others I have not, but I'll tell you what I've had success on. Some apps for people over 50, Silver Singles, which I've never tried. Our Time. I tried Match. I had some, okay. I felt like I had decent prospects on Match. So at least Match came through. Bumble is the one where like the woman can swipe first and then the guy can swipe, I think. But I used that for like a day. And then everyone knows Tinder. Tinder used to be just like the booty call app, but Tinder done got some street cred. Like I know some people that straight got married off Tinder, so I'm not mad at that now. My producer is a winner chicken dinner, baby. He scored in Home Depot and got married off of Tinder. In the pandemic, bitches, I'm telling you what, y'all need to check out my page and see my producer, all right? That's the smoke right there. Okay, so big ups to Tinder from our producer, Tinder and Home Depot. Maybe they can get together and do like a dating night. Maybe that's an idea. We do a Tinder speed dating at Home Depot.
Home Depot supported Trump, so no.
Oh, yeah, no. Down with Home Depot. Damn it, Trump. I don't even want to go back there. And I swear I draw a blank. Where did I just meet the man I'm dating? Oh, yeah. I met the man that I'm dating on Upward. Upward. It's a Christian single site. Shout out to Upward because I don't want to say nothing too soon. But I'm just saying I'm feeling good vibes. Good vibes. Very good vibes. Good, like super good, like really great. Like goody good, like vibes, like Vibes Cartel vibes. Like you've got that vibe. Do you get that I'm feeling the vibe? Okay. Okay, so quickly I'll give some tips on creating a profile. Some of this is from me, and then some of this is Sharika. You know, I got AI with attitude. Sharika gave me some tips. First off, I'm going to say, please do not make your first picture your pets. Because I'm not trying to date the dog. So I'm skipping right over boop, boop, boop. Number two, also one for me. I don't know why you on there with your ex-girlfriend or your daughters. What's the point? I don't want to see your other people. If you got to block out 9 people on the picture from your fraternity, and I'm more interested in the one from the third and the left and the back, you probably don't use that picture, okay? Just don't use that one. Okay, so what other tips do I have? I like action pictures, like skydiving. And look, now, I ain't got none of them. The most active thing I got was sand surfing in Dubai. But that's all I got. I'm not a really, I think I got one axe throwing, but yeah, no, I'm not your active girl. Yeah, I like active photos, and I like photos of people who smile. He who shall remain nameless for now. The Vibes Cartel. Did I tell y'all we had vibes? Okay, anyway, vibes. Goody good vibes. We've got that vibe, like all the vibes. I'm sorry. Yeah, I love a good smile. Okay, so set up your account. Make sure that your profile pictures are authentic, and be sure that you use pictures that cater to, people your own age. Now, I'm not saying that, you're a sexagram, I put that thong on and get on up on there and do whatever you do. But make sure that whatever you do is in good taste in case your grandkids run up on it, You just never know what they're going to be. As it relates to writing the profile, be honest about what you're looking for. Highlight your hobbies, your interests, and your passions, and show what makes you unique. The power of a great profile picture, something natural, confident, and approachable, is a winner. Do's and don'ts. Do keep it positive, be clear, and stay true to yourself. Don't overshare, misrepresent, or focus too much on past relationships. Also, don't put your prom pictures up there. Y'all know y'all don't look like that no more. Then you got a big old bow tie on like this. Don't even wear them no more. They don't even make them no more. So stop that. Showcase your personality and interest rather than just focusing on your looks. Incorporate humor, but avoid cliches. So there you have it. Another show, another episode of 50-ish and Fab. 50-ish and Fab. The High Flash Report. Now I have to put some Jesus on it. Well, the scripture for today's Put Some Jesus on It is Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So I give you that as a scripture to not just let your heart be your guide, because the heart is tricky. You have to use your own good common God sense as you approach the dating scene, and to think about your safety and to be wise as you move forward in this new arena of dating after 50. So I am wishing all my fellow 50 datians and my fellow diversityans, I ain't even gonna go back to the start of the show, but I just want you to know that God got us. God got us, and we in his hands. So I don't care what the president, the vice president say. I know the king, boo-boo. Okay, so I want to leave you all with another good word. The God in me honors the God in you. Shalom. Please like, share, subscribe.